Hello everybody, this is English Cast and we overview Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. It is the first novel of Jane Austen. Its genre is Buildings Roman, novel of education or moral development, and parody of Gothic novels. The characters of this novel are Catherine Morland, the main character, Henry Tilney, Eleanor Tilney, General Tilney, Isabel Thorpe, John Thorpe, James Morland, Frederick Tilney, Mr. and Mrs. Allen, Mrs. Thorpe, and Mrs. and Mr. Morland and family. It is a Gothic parody because it satirized the form and conversation of the Gothic novels, especially Anne Radcliffe. This novel takes place entirely at the resort town of Bath, then take place in Northanger Abbey. One of the most important quotes in this book is in the first page that says, "No one who had ever seen Catherine Morland in her infancy would have supposed her born to be an heroine." It forces us to recognize that we are reading a novel. The narrator notes the gap between how things should be in the ideal life of a fictional heroine, how things actually are for the flawed Catherine. Catherine is a naive and young lady. The other character, Isabella Thorpe, that is best friend and close friend of Catherine, is a superficial and fond of gossip. Inducts Catherine into a social world of Bath with all its balls, dances, shows, fashion, and its gossip. Also, we have James, that is Catherine's brother, and John, that is Isabel's brother. Henry and Eleanor are brother and sister, and they are other main characters in this novel. Henry and Eleanor planned for a walk with Catherine, but John just interrupt and take Catherine for a road, and they rearrange another plan for walking. Also, in the first book, James and Isabella have been engaged, and John thinks Catherine is in love with him. In the book 2, we are reading that Captain Frederick Tilney, older brother of Henry, arrived, and the other important thing is that Eleanor invites Catherine to Northanger Abbey. Catherine imagines there to resemble the haunted ruins of the Gothic novels she loves. And also, the death of their mother catches the eye of Catherine, that she suspects that General Tilney, their father, murdered his wife. She sneaks into the mother's old chamber and finds nothing. She called by Henry, who guesses her thought and scolds her. As we could guess, Isabella just left James and went with Captain Frederick Tilney. So, Catherine receives 2 letters. One from James that his engagement to Isabella has been called off. Second from Isabella telling her that Frederick has left her and asking Catherine to apologize to James for her. And finally, General Tilney sent Catherine back to her home in Fullerton because he finds out that Catherine is not very rich, and he thought that Catherine is from a very rich family. Finally, Henry comes to Catherine Place and explains that his father thought they are very rich, and after he realized it is not true, sent Catherine back. Henry proposed to Catherine and she says yes. A happy ending. It is a very, very quick and short review of Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. We will have other reviews on the other videos next time. Thank you for your listening.